All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is an interview kind of long in the making. We're overdue for this. Jared Johansson, I said it every single time you hooked last year. I said that tractor has a win in it. Finally decided I was jinxing you. Didn't say it tonight, and what do you know? Welcome to the winner's circle. This one has to feel special.
Yeah, it feels really good. It's been a couple years working on her and getting her dialed in, and finally got the win.
That's wonderful. Who do you need to thank this evening?
Everybody over at Joe Bush, Ag Repair, Kyle and Skylar and Mark and the boys. Just all my traveling crew, Hargans, Gosler, Paulson's all the time. My kids are doing stuff at home, so I can go out and play.
Awesome. Jared Johansson, Blaze of Glory, your Super Farm winner right here, Thunder by the Round Barn. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go back out on the track. Modified four-wheel drive truck pulling out of Watkins, Iowa. Tom Byers in the Agent Orange machine. Hasn't been out on the circuit a ton this year. Currently number 10 in points, so right there on that top 10, looking to scratch, dig, and claw his way back up it. One thing that would make him feel on top of the world right now and pay dividends towards getting back in that points race would be a win right here this evening. 306.65, the distance he's going to have to surpass. Spots that sled where we've seen most of them, just left of center right here. All right, we're green at 300. We're green at 100. This is Agent Orange. Skated it early, got to working the wheel back and forth early and then blowing smoke as he burns it in. Smoke rolling off the tires as he buries it on the big end. 297.23, hard run right there into the throttle, aggressive and early. 297.23 for Tom Byers and the Agent Orange. This might be one of those tracks where they're going to have to walk it out of the starting line gently, rely on that clutch before they get into that throttle all the way. Josh Major still hanging on to the number one spot at the moment. We did have a late scratch, so it's going to take this field down from 7 to 6 vehicles, so halfway through the class. After that, we're going to see 15 light limited pro stocks and 5 light limited modifieds. You heard it just a second ago. We heard one of these V12 Allisons back here you're going to take a look at in that light modified class later on tonight. One of the sweetest sounds in motorsports. There's 2 of them waiting in the wings back there. Steffes Auction. Steffes, your local auction expert since 1960. If you're planning to sell land, real estate, excess equipment, or other assets, book your 2025 auction with your local auction experts. Steffes Group. Find out how, steffesgroup.com. Big thank you to our modified four-wheel drive local sponsor, the Plymouth County Farm Bureau. Thank you so much, Plymouth County Farm Bureau, for everything that they do here to help put this fair on. That's a great group there. So your modified four-wheel drive truck class local sponsor, the Plymouth County Farm Bureau. Other great local sponsors out here include Marcus Lumber, Bodine's, People's Bank, Ramson Farmers Co-op, Premier Communication, Titan Machinery, Northwest REC, Mark Crop Insurance, Agritech, and Wells. Thank you so much. And a big thank you to our Saturday sponsor, your Saturday day sponsor of the 2025 Plymouth County Fair, Prime Bank, as well as Cruzy and Cruzy. Next truck coming up to the line, Murray Thornton, 2023 points champion. Team Thornton campaigns 3 separate modified 4-wheel drive trucks, each and every one of them with a different brand right out there in the grill. So you saw their square body Chevy, hook number 2 in the class. That was Ryan Thornton. This is Murray Thornton with their F-250 Ford entry. They got a Ford, they got a Chevy, they got a Dodge. They got something for everyone. They call this one Thumper. Thumper also representing us down at the 2024 National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky. And you can see as he was backing in, that rear end actually came off the ground. Every last ounce of weight in the front of these trucks. Here goes Thumper. The dreaded bounce, the nemesis of the 4-wheel drive truck class. Every modified 4-wheel drive truck driver has experienced it, and it is the bugaboo that they try to avoid. But here's the good news. You've seen it a couple of times tonight. Did not surpass 100 feet. Probably made the right decision, actually got out of the throttle, felt that bounce a little bit, got out of the throttle, says, hey, pull me back. That wasn't the whole shot that I wanted. We're going to take attempt number 2. What these 4-wheel drives really want to do, they want to break those tires loose. Now, you don't want to overpower the track. You don't want to just grab a hold of nothing and start digging downwards. But they do want to break those tires loose and get everything rolling at about 3/4 throttle, and then they'll just absolutely stand on it once they feel it in the seat of their pants that they've got a hold of this track. So Murray Thornton, 2023 points at champion, gonna give it a go again right here. Really savvy job driving by the veteran driver out there. Got out of the throttle a little bit, waiting on that thing to hook up the way he wanted to. Goes 299.71. Good enough for the number 3 spot. But listen to this. Ryan Thornton, the first Thornton truck, went 299.98. The Thorntons, you got to imagine they're running a similar setup. Well, the proof is in the pudding. 299.98 for their first truck, 299.71 for their second truck. It really doesn't get much closer than that. All right, folks, so we want to welcome our Facebook fans out there, courtesy of Full Pull Live on the Outlaw Facebook page. We are giving an exclusive live look-in. So this pull not only live right here in front of you fans in Lamar's and live to the fullpull.live live streaming world, but also on Facebook. So if you're out there on the internet world and social media, head on over to the Outlaw Facebook page, and you're going to enjoy the next several minutes with a free sample with a live look-in on Facebook. Now, folks watching on Facebook or folks right here in the stands, if you're loving what you see out here, head on over to fullpull.live, the official live streaming partner of Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling. Fullpull.live not only streaming individual events, they're going to stream the entire season. Now, once you subscribe, you get unlimited access to the entire library of events. You're going to see every single pull, not only this year, but dating back to every single pull that we have, as well as lots of exclusive behind-the-scenes look-ins and interviews. Fullpull.live, $39.99 a month. Subscribe anytime, cancel anytime, $39.99 a month. So for less than 2 tickets to go to the show in action right here, less than $1.60 a day, you can get over 10,000 hours of pulling action. Fullpull.live. All the way from the Sooner State. We've got pullers from every corner of the country here with the Outlaws. This is the high-class grass machine being piloted by Derek Brown out of Grove, Oklahoma. Derek Brown was a longtime puller in the Pro Stock four-wheel drive division. He handed the keys to his Pro Stock 4x4 to his son, young Roper Brown. He's one of our Young Gun members out there in his second year of driving in the Pro Stock four-wheel drive truck class, taking over the driving duties because Dad decided he was going to go mod four-wheel drive pulling. Now, this truck, this is a historic truck out here. This is the old Oklahoma Showdown. For all of you die-hard pulling fans in the late 1980s, the old white-painted Oklahoma Showdown was the first ever modified four-wheel drive truck with a specifically designed chromoly tube chassis built exclusively for pulling. Other than that, every other truck running standard frame rails underneath it. They changed the game. All of them, or 90% of them anyway, have gone to this chromoly tube setup. This is the original chassis, the first one ever built out on the track. The truck left Oklahoma, was sold, went out east, and then made its way back. Southwest Missouri is where these folks called home for a long time. Then they jumped across the border and settled right there in Oklahoma when they purchased the Oklahoma Showdown. Redubbed it the high-class grass. These guys own a landscaping company. That's what they do for a living. Their other truck called Holland Grass. And you can just look on the side and see where they put the emphasis on that. I'm not going to say it here on the live look-in, but you can see where they kind of played the words on that one on the high-class grass out there. High-class grass currently sitting number 5 in the points standings. Worked the bugs out of it from last year. Last year was kind of his R&D season. Looking to get up there north of 306.65. Derek Brown. Scratch and claw and digging right down there on the big end. Nice run on a smooth A to B pass for the high-class grass. Had to go better than 306.65. Goes 305.91. 0.7 of a foot shy of the number 1 spot. Beautiful pass right there as he moves into the number 2 position with 1 to go. Steffes Auction. Steffes, your local auction expert since 1960. If you're planning to sell land, real estate, excess equipment, or other assets, book your 2025 auction with your local auction experts. Steffes Group. Find out how. SteffesGroup.com. Titan and Goodyear Farm Tires. Ditch the duals and get more with the LSW low sidewall technology. Switching from the standard factory duals to LSW superior single tires improves your footprint by 20% and lowers inflation pressures for improved traction and reduced compaction. Titan, maker of Goodyear Farm Tires and sponsor of the Outlaw Young Guns. Visit TitanInternational.com. You heard me mention Roper Brown. Roper Brown, one of our co-presidents up there, I believe is his official title. He's on a big leadership committee in that Outlaw Young Guns program. Amazing program. They all get together at the year-ends banquet, and they do a lot for the pulling world out here, ensuring that pulling maintains a sustainable growth in the next